Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's Dave, Renegade Gig Hustler, back at you on Tuesday. I didn't get out here yesterday. I just had a bunch of other things to take care of, and I needed a much of a day to just not do this. I do it all the time. I do it every day, and you start getting a little burned out, and you start getting a little bit away from all the other things that you need to do. That's the one thing about being an independent contractor in the gig economy. It can take so much out of you without you realizing it, and then it catches up with you and really kicks you in the ass, and you know you need a much needed day. And you can get burned out from this very easy if you do it all the time like I do. And I'm at it all the time, almost 7 days a week. And there's weeks and weeks and weeks and months to go by that I don't take a day off, and that's not good. So I needed a day yesterday to just attend to other things. I had a mishap the other day. When was it? It was Friday, I think. Friday, after I got done driving, I took my SD card out of this dash camera. And just like any other time I take my SD card out of the dash camera, I took it in the house and I attempted to unload files from it. Now, on my dash camera, it has two folders. It has one for the camera, and then it has one that says RO. And RO usually contains all the files. And on my dash camera, it contains two sets of files. One facing me for a video, and one facing out the window for a different video. Well, just like any other time when I take my SD card out to unload it and transfer it onto my computer, because I use those files in my videos for my YouTube channel. Now, I also film on my body cam in the dash cam mode at times when I'm doing specific videos, like for DoorDash, or if I'm doing an Uber Eats presentation, or if I'm just doing a video about what's going on out in the market area here in the gig economy. And so, needless to say, I started that process. I created a folder on my desktop, just like any other time, and I proceeded to transfer my files off. So I transferred them all off into that folder, from one folder from the dash cam folder on the SD card. And then I attempted, and I went and jumped in the shower and was transferring the other folder. So when I came back, it showed that that had completed. And one thing I didn't do was check it. So I already had a video started in my timeline on my Power Director 21 Ultimate. And it needed to call upon all those files that were on the SD card on the dash cam that I had transferred over. So I took that SD card out of my card reader, brought it back out because I knew I was leaving soon to come out and work in the gig economy, put it back in my dash cam, and I formatted it to get all the files. You wouldn't believe in one day how many files I accumulate. Putting it in the record mode, taking it out of the record mode, putting it in, putting it out, putting it in, putting it out, so on and so forth. So I formatted it and I began my day the next day. Well, I went home to finish that video because I had it all laid out in my Power Director 21 Ultimate in the editor. I'm building a timeline. My timeline was all built. All the extra things that I was adding into my video were there. At least I thought so. When I got home to finish that video, because I was going to render it, produce it, publish it up to YouTube, and then my final thing is usually I go on YouTube Studio to finish out any of the descriptions. I put my thumbnail in there that I created that is about that video, and my power director was telling me that those files were not present that it needed to call upon for that video. And I was like, how could that be? I transferred them over. So I go into the folder where I stored all the files. Needless to say, they weren't there. I had already formatted this card back into my dash cam. So I ran into a problem. I had a great video lined up to upload to my YouTube, but yet the files weren't there. So everything in my timeline went blank. Now, when I was transferring those files off, they were there because I imported the files into my power director, but because the rest of the files didn't transfer over right, they were no longer there, and it wiped out my timeline. Man, was I disappointed. I was so disappointed because I had a nice video from Friday up there from my 2 pickups from doing Walmart Spark, from doing Spark Delivery app rather, for my Sam's Club pickups, and then I had some Uber Eats and DoorDash on there. However, all my files weren't there, so I couldn't complete my video. So I'm working on a new video at home from the next day, from last Saturday, from my long Walmart pickup that I had on the Spark Delivery app. And we also had, I think, some other things on there, either Uber Eats or DoorDash, not sure. But I'm going to finish working on that when I get home. So, needless to say, I was really disappointed. I did everything. I brought the card back in out of my dash cam, used a couple programs that are known to recover files, but it just could not find my files. So, we got to move on. Nothing we can do about it. It's the first time that ever happened to me, and it happens to the best of us. As you know, I'm a YouTube content creator on YouTube, and I work in the gig economy. And so, unfortunate situation, unfortunate circumstance that had happened. But I can guarantee you, I'm not going to let that happen again. That was a freak thing, and usually when my files are transferring over, it shows me a box. It shows increments. It shows the little bar going until it reaches 100%, and I know that it's done transferring. And it can take a long time to transfer files depending on the amount of files I have and how big the files are. Well, that had disappeared off of there, made me believe that those files had transferred over there properly, when they hadn't. Yikes! So that would have been a really great video, but we got to move on. Nothing else we can do about it. So I'm working on Saturday's video right now from last Saturday, and then I'm going to pop Sunday's on there, which was a really good day also, and we're going to move on. That's all we can do. So didn't get out here yesterday. Was feeling the burnout, was feeling the everything, wasn't feeling too well, had a bunch of stuff to do, and was just trying to get some things accomplished yesterday, much needed things. I ran out yesterday. Right here is an invoice, which I was over to the place that I buy my tires at and everything. It is a auto service place, well known in my area. There's a chain. However, I went over there last month, just a month ago, to get my tires rotated, because that's all included. And while I was there, I got an oil change. Well, I haven't even gone more than 1,000 miles, and I jumped in my Jeep yesterday, and it lit up on my dash. Oil change required. I was like, wow, how could that be? How could that be? So I ran out and came back, and my vehicle was sitting there for a little bit, and I came out and checked the oil. It was bone dry. So while I was out, I had picked up some quarts of oil, and I added in 2.5 quarts of oil. And I checked it, I checked it, I checked it. It looked right. Just a little bit ago, I jumped in it and went to fire it back up, and oil change required. Well, yesterday I called the place that did this oil change for me, and I let them know that shouldn't be coming on. I shouldn't need oil at this point. I shouldn't need oil till about 5,000 miles. That's what's recommended for this Jeep Renegade. So I called and talked to the owner. He told me no problem. I apologize. Bring it in at 12 today, and I'll take care of it at no cost. So they're going to give me another oil change at no cost, and I appreciate that. But the fact of the matter is, it should not have happened at all. And so that delays me. So I'm sitting here. It's going on 11. Got Uber Eats running. Got DoorDash running, and we're going to see if we can get something done for at least about 45 to 50 minutes, and I got to head over there, over into the next town, and get that done. And then we'll see after we're done what time I'm out of there, and continue on. But so that was my yesterday. That was my weekend, losing my files, having my video almost finished, seeing my video on my timeline and losing those files, and then this thing with my oil change. So that's going to delay me a little bit today once I go over there. Hopefully I won't be there long. Hopefully I won't be there longer than 45 minutes. No longer than an hour. So, got my invoice. He's expecting me at 12 to do this oil change. And he said he's going to take care of it for me at no cost. And hopefully I'm good to go after that. But I just started it up. I was at another place, and I stopped at the Speedway to get a drink and all, and I come back out and went to start my Jeep, and guess what? Oil change required lit up on my dash. So not too pleased with that, but let's try to get it right here for my appointment today at 12 and continue on, move on. Other news, everything's open in my store, guys. I'm also going to be creating more colored logos, different style logos. Probably going to be adding more merchandise into the store. So check that out today. I want to send a special shout out to my mother-in-law, Debbie Pulling, and thank her for being my first customer. I've only had my store up there for probably close to 2 weeks since I've launched it, and she was my first customer. So I want to send her special thanks and tell her how much I appreciate her for being my first customer. Thank you so much, Deb. Means the world to me. Thank you. So God bless you, Deb. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I hope when you get your merchandise, you absolutely love it. But other than that, I'm going to be adding in some other new custom logos that I'm working on, different styled logos I'm working on, different colored logos. So stay tuned for that. That should be later this week. And Dashing Womble reached out this morning to me on a email, and he invited me over to his live to be a guest. And he is in Central Time. I'm in Eastern Time. So he said at 1:45, and so I think it would be 2:45 for me. So if I get a chance, I'm going to pop on Dashing Womble. Ray is a nice guy, Ray and his wife Wendy, and I think Ray's in Kansas City, Missouri, but he is from London, England, Wimbledon to be in fact, and he has the accent to prove it. And if you haven't yet checked out Dashing Womble, check him out on YouTube at Dashing Womble, and he does a lot of live and interesting videos, so check him out. If you vibe with his content, please do consider subscribing. Hit the like button, hit the alert bell, open up all notifications just like you would for me. And if you're vibing with my content and you really like everything you see, make sure you do consider subscribing. Smash that subscribe button. Smash the like button and the alert bell and open up all notifications. I will bring you the news and keep you in the loop. Getting a horrible Uber Eats here. And it's so horrible, we're not even going to discuss it. But we're going to see if we can at least get some of those in before I head over to my place and get my oil change. Once again, we're going to try this a month later. So that's going to delay me just a little bit today, but I'm hoping to move on after that, and as soon as I pull out of that, I can just throw my Uber Eats back on and get moving. Hopefully we'll be able to dash after we get back up in Monroeville, and it should only take me about 12 minutes from right here to get over there, depending on where I'm at. Now, if I'm on a trip, I got to go from there to there, so I just want to be over there in time and at least show him again, even though he said he'd take care of it at no cost to me. Show him what happens when I can just put the accessory on. Boom, oil change needed. I can go to start it up and it's lit up down at the bottom. So hopefully we get that straight and we get moving on. So yeah, I'm working on that video at home, and I'm hoping to get that done when I get home today, and possibly start working on another one. Hoping to do a live this week, now that I got my OnePlus 12 back yesterday from the repair center in Texas, and it was gone 2 weeks, and I got it back yesterday, so I did take some much needed time to set that all back up. And as you know, I bought a second phone a while back off of eBay, off of a vendor, and got a real good deal on it, and got that as a second phone. And so I will have that also. I got on with T-Mobile yesterday also to see how much it would be to add a line to that, and so they're shipping me out a SIM card, and I should have it by tomorrow or the next day at the latest, and we'll be able to do lives all day on one phone while I have the apps running on the other. And you guys can ride along, come in the chat box, you can talk to me, and we can just have fun all day and hang out together while I'm working out here in the gig economy. And you will get a chance firsthand to see what I do up close and personal. We can talk about anything. Let's have fun with it, guys, when I do that, and let's go that way. And for all of you who come on and support me, I appreciate you. I'm a very humble man, and I take everything in stride, and I roll with the changes. And for all you guys who support me, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. My name is Dave, Renegade Gig Hustler. Let's get this day going. So, a little slow right now on Uber Eats and DoorDash. Hopefully I get some trips in here before I have to go over to get this oil change, and we can get something accomplished, and I can get going big time after I come back out of there. So with that being said, I'm just going to sit here, and you know how I do it. I get me a good one, a good trip, something solid and consistent. Guys, come out with a goal in mind. Come out and knowing that you have to strategize. And for you guys just doing DoorDash, and solely that's all you do, I urge for you, as you know, I'm a strong multi-apper, and I urge for you to multi-app to try to increase your profits. Stay tuned with me firsthand. If you need any guidance, if you need any help with anything, send me an email at renegadegeekhustler2020@gmail.com, and I will help you. I will get back to you. Leave me any comments in the video, and please do remember that any of my videos that you watch, remember to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. That way, you let me know what you do like and what you don't like. I'm not expecting everybody to like a certain video. Not every video is geared for everybody. By you selecting thumbs up, thumbs down, you're letting me know what you like and what you don't like. And if you request a particular type of video, send those ideas to me at renegadegeekhustler2020@gmail.com, and I will get on it for you. And that's a promise. So we're getting, we got a DoorDash on there for the Mickey D's over here. Going a little too far for the money. That one there was paying $7.25. Normally I'd be doing Spark Delivery right now, trying to get me an 11 o'clock pickup or trying to get me a 12 o'clock pickup, but because I got to go over here for the oil change, we can't actually put the Spark app on right now. But when I come out of there, I will put the Spark Delivery app on. We may just get lucky and be able to head right over to the Sam's Club and get a pickup. That would be super nice. That would be sweet. So, other than that, I'm going to sit here and try to snag something solid and consistent. And then we're going to try to get others similar or better. And with that being said, I'll be right back with you as soon as I do. Slow start to the morning, guys. Got Uber Eats running, got DoorDash running. We just turned on Grubhub. Like I said, I'd have Spark Delivery running, but because I got to go over there in 45 minutes, well, actually, I got to go over there in about 30 minutes to get over there, so allow me some time to get over there. But from here, it should only take me about 12 minutes or so to get over there, depending on the traffic. It's not far from here. Getting a horrible Uber Eats right now at this point. 405, going 7 miles. Got to remember, guys, the old standard on Uber Eats was the dollar to mile ratio. That's when I was starting out doing it over 5 years ago. With everything that's going on in the economy today with rising costs and whatnot, you want the $3, $4, $5 mile ratio, and I stick to that $3, $4, $5 mile ratio. That's including tip. So you've got to look at your distance. You've got to think about your maintenance on your vehicle, the wear and tear. You've got to think about long wait times, traffic, construction, all the things that might slow you down. Always expect the unexpected, even though you're not really expecting it. And prepare yourself. If you can adapt is a key word. Adapting is a fundamental that when you come out here, you adapt not only to what's going on the apps, depending what you're doing, multi-apping or whatnot, and you adapt to your surroundings out here. And if you can be that type of person to adapt, you will do just fine. But adapting, there's people that come out here. I'll give you a scenario. There was a guy I met a while back ago just doing DoorDash, and he was amazed how much my phone and the alerts were going off on all my different apps. And he said to me, "What are you doing?" I says, "Everything." You know, plain out simple, everything. And he says, "What app is that?" I said, "Uber Eats." And that is before TGIF's caught on fire over here. TGIF decided to close down. But he was waiting for a pickup like me. I got mine rather quick. And he said, "What apps do you do?" I said, "Everything." He said, "What's that mean?" I said, "Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Walmart Spark Delivery, rather, Instacart, Roadie, Shift." I says, "There's just too many to mention." So he said to me, "Wow." He said, "Well, it's kind of slow on DoorDash today." I said, "Tell me about it." I says, "But I'm making money." He said, "Well, I thought about it." I said, "Well, don't think about it. Dude, you're sitting in your spot waiting for DoorDash in an oversaturated market area. Our market area has been started out saturated, which means that there's just too many DoorDash drivers. When there's too many drivers, pay goes down. When there's not enough driver, pay goes up. That's why you see peak pay. Peak pay shows up at times when there's not enough drivers and there's a demand. So, with that being said, I said to him, "Well, if you're not getting anything on DoorDash, you would at least maybe have something going off on Uber Eats. You'd have something going off on, not that I want more Uber Eats people in my area, but at one time I was the only Uber Eats delivery driver in my area, and I did quite well. Daily, weekly, hands down, consistently." And I told him, if you're multi-apping, you're getting trips on other apps that you're not getting on that app, and you're at least moving and making profit. And And I says, if you're not sure about what you're doing, check out my YouTube channel. He said, wow, you got a YouTube channel? I said, I sure do. I says, if you'd like the link, I'll give it to you. Well, I gained a new subscriber that day. So, with that in mind, I told him, you might learn a thing or two, and you might learn a thing or two about DoorDash, all the dirty tactics. I says, remember, dude. He said, well, I've been working for DoorDash. I said, you don't work for DoorDash. None of us work for any of these gig companies, guys. We are independent contractors. We contract everything that we do, and I told him, keep that in mind. You don't work for DoorDash. You don't get a W-2. You work 1099. So, too many come out here and think that it's easy money. It's worked for me all these years, guys, because I'm a hustler. I can really move. I don't waste time. I don't waste no time at getting a good offer and trying to get another one at the same time. Stacking an order. Getting an add-on. Doing what I need to do to keep things moving. It hasn't always been good for me recently, but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm doing a lot better than those just sitting there doing DoorDash. I can tell you that. So I believe in all the multi-apping that I did, or that I do, because what I don't have on one app, I have on another, or I have on several. So keep that in mind when you come out here, and when you choose to do what you do. And it's not always what you do, it's how you do it. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to bring you the news, keep you in the loop. And another thing, guys, don't miss my new video I'm going to be doing about Uber Eats come November 1st. All the new changes, the big update that they're going to roll out, the new criteria. And with that in mind, I'm going to be doing a whole thing on that and outlining all the highlights of it. And it's going to be a rather good video, and I don't think you're going to want to miss it. It's a must-watch for Uber Eats delivery drivers. The other one I don't want you to miss is the DoorDash horror stories. I'm going to start out with that one, and it's all my nasty, rotten clown customers that I've had that tried to cause me problems along the way. And little do they know that I carry a dash cam, I carry a body cam, I got my phone, I take pictures and videos, especially when not required. So if you think you're going to catch me and try and steal food, or say it wasn't delivered when you know dang well I delivered it, you've got another thing coming. So watch my DoorDash horror stories so you can find out how I dealt with all those ones, like the one girl who harassed me all day, threatening me, telling me that she didn't get her food, and I caught her red-handed after DoorDash gave me a contract violation when I got home, and I sent them videos and pictures, and by the next day they removed the video. I did a video on it a long while back, but to hear all the full details, guys, you're going to want to watch this video. So moving right along, we're moving on to about 11:23, and a little slow right now. So hopefully by the time I come out of Flynn's Tire and Auto Center, get my oil change, things improve, we'll be in the thick of lunch, and we'll get rolling big time. And hopefully, by the time I come back down Road I Road, over to 22, I can put my Spark delivery app on, and there's a great pickup at Sam's, and I can go get it at the Sam's Club. So, wheels are turning, thoughts are moving, and my plans are in place. So let's see if we can get it done, guys. The more positive you are when you come out here, the better the day you will have in all that you do. And I can tell you that from experience, guys. I'm not always wanting to go get this or go over here and get this. I'm not always wanting, but I'm remembering why I'm out here. I'm remembering why I do what I do. I'm remembering that, hey, that's profit. Hey, that is paying very well for the mileage. And that's all the more that I make for that day. And by the time I'm done for the day, I'm really glad that I did it. I don't always feel right being out here. I don't always feel well. I don't always feel this or that. But I make the best of it. And I come out here being as positive as I can, understanding in myself that I tell myself it's going to be a good day. And the rest is up to me, guys. Yeah, we're all dependent on the offers we get from all the various apps that we do. But with that in mind, I come out here in a positive manner to know that I'm going to get it done. In knowing that and going and doing it is the difference from just sitting in your hotspot and trips go by. Sitting in your hotspot is just a jumping point, a starting point for you to get from point A to B. You sit here, wait for a good offer, boom, you roll. If it's to the restaurant or to get a shop and pay on Uber Eats or a red card order on DoorDash, or gives me 11 o'clock pickup for Sam's. I've got 10 drops. I'm getting paid 70 some dollars. I'm looking at the mileage. Okay, 30 miles for $72 and whatever it might be. So that's how I do it, guys. Without giving all my secrets, but giving you just enough to know, you can put it together and you can do it. You can come out here and you can adapt. You can roll with the changes. And the better you are at reading the notes and everything, that getting a DoorDash on here, $12.75, but it's going 16.3 miles. Party City. Party City's a tough one, because you go to Party City and you got to go in there and look for the items. It's hard to find a lot of these items. The store employees aren't too keen on going to help you. So, Party City's a big thing on DoorDash. Don't get most of those, but I do get them at times. I don't get the one with all the balloons because I won't be able to see out of my Jeep if I did. I'd have a million balloons floating around. So, not all those are worth it. But know your worth and know what you deserve and get yourself good solid trips, good solid offers, and roll with it. And with that being said, that's how I do it. Okay, guys, well, it's getting on the 11:30 here soon, and within 15 minutes I'm going to be rolling over to Flynn's. So we may not get nothing before we go over there, because we're starting out so slow this morning. But other than that, we will get going once I come back out of there. Hope all you guys are doing well. Hope all you guys are doing good wherever you're at. Leave me any comments you want. Let me know what market area you're in. And whatever you do, whatever apps you're working off of, make that money. Hey guys, I was sitting here thinking about something. From all the years that I've been out here in the gig economy, the best weather and the worst weather, just the best customers, the worst customers, just everything as a whole. And reflecting is an important, essential part of your life, especially as you get older. And killing time in your hotspot, waiting for those offers can be a little hectic at times. And, you know, sometimes I don't know where I've been, but other times I don't know where I've been, but I know where I'm going. And I say that very seriously, because in the gig economy, in doing all these gig apps, everything each and every day is so unpredictable. I mean, you'll have the best days, you'll have the worst days. you can have some major catastrophes, which at another time I'll share all those that you run into along the way. Remember, I always told you that you got to expect the unexpected, and it's depending on how you react when you get those things, when you get those curveballs, when you get those things coming at you, and how you will respond. That is the other reason why I tell you about adapting. And the better you adapt, the better off you'll be. So, was just thinking about that a little bit ago. Wanted to throw that out there and say, hey, uh, are you feeling this too? Are you, you know? And sometimes you feel it like if you're like me, because I'm out here all the time in the gig economy, I get caught up in it. I get, and you got to stop and get grounded, and you got to stop and smell the roses, and you got to remember what everything else is about. And I'm grateful to be doing anything, actually, for all the things that I've been through. I've been through the best of my life, but I've been through the worst, the absolutely worst, the most devastating times that a person could ever go through. I was paralyzed at one time and never knew that I would be doing these things. We don't know what lies ahead of us. All we know, and what we should know, is that we close one door and open up another. And never cease the opportunities to amaze yourself, guys. Seriously. I went through so much devastation with terrible surgeries that I had from an accident on my other job, and wasn't married at the time. And even though I went through all these horrible things, being paralyzed from my waist down and learning how to do things over again, I came out of it bigger and better because I met this beautiful woman who is now my wife. When I was coming out of that, my wife Tina, who works at Pitt University, and she was doing something different. And she used to come home crying all the time from her job uh, about the management, the staff, and how horrible things are at the place where she was working. She told me she always loved playing with numbers, and I encouraged her to do college. And I kept encouraging her. And finally, she got involved doing college. And I told her, I'd be with you every step of the way. I'll help you every step of the way. And she ended up getting her 4-year degree, Bachelor of Science, landed the job at Pitt University. She's an accountant by what she trained for. And I'm so proud of her. I love her every day of my life and can't imagine my life without her. And sometimes, guys, we just need that encouragement. We don't always have someone to encourage ourselves. So encourage yourself that no matter where you're at in life, what you've been through, or what's happened to you, to get out there and do whatever you can do. Believe in yourself and never cease that moment or opportunity to amaze yourself, because there's so much that lies ahead. Close one door, open another, and you will be surprised. So I just wanted to throw that out there at you guys. And no, sorry, I had my accessory on and my dash cams powered off my charger and went down. My vehicle timed out. So with that in mind, guys, I just wanted to throw that out there and give you my thought of the day. And that's who I am. That's what I'm about. I'm really crazy and funny and everything else at times. But I've got a side of me that's part of reality and part of the concept of life and other people and compassion and what things are really about when it comes down to it. And so, with that being said, that's my thought of the day, without me sounding like I'm rambling on or whatever. But I'm grateful for being able to do what I do, even though I get fed up and tired with it at times. But then I do a wonderful video, and I've got tons of people that came on and watched it and are sending me all these comments, and it picks me back up again. or my wife comes home from work and we talk about each other's day, and I'm getting to spend time again with my wife, our little dog at home, Sammy. And sometimes I just get home and my wife's still at work, and little Sammy is jumping all over the place greeting me. And I pick him up and I kiss him, and he nuzzles into my neck and lays his head on my shoulder and licks my face up, and he's so happy to see me. And just the smallest little things can make your day, guys. So anyhow, without saying anything further, we are now going to head over to Flynn's. And okay, guys, I am finally all done, a little later than I expected to be at the getting my oil change. Just a very busy place, and I waited a good 40 minutes probably before they ever got me in, and now it's almost 1:45, lunch rush over at 2, which really don't matter. The only thing is I got another appointment later today, so don't think I'm getting much Uber Eats, DoorDash, Spark Delivery, any of that in today. Most likely go home and do some things, guys, and try and also get some content up before I have to go to my next appointment. And it doesn't leave me a lot of time to drive today, so probably 2 much needed days, and the longest time not doing gig economy work. And so we are up to like 80 degrees. It's like a summer day. It's supposed to be 78 tomorrow, and then we're supposed to drop to like 61 for Thursday with possible rain, maybe some rain tomorrow. A little bit of rain over the weekend from what I could see, and so at least I'm going to fit in the rest of the things I need to do before I go to my next appointment. Get some content up, see if I can get my other video up. I'm working on another one. I'm working on new custom graphics for my Renegade Gig Hustler store on YouTube. So I'm hoping to get those things done today before I go to my appointment, and I'll be back out here tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and really trying to get it done. But just too many things came up. Needed that day yesterday for sure, and couldn't avoid disappointment today. That just popped up, so that's when I got in there. I just got out of there. I've been there almost 2 hours, a little shy of 2 hours. Can't be prevented, and at least that's taken care of now, and I can get some other things done before I go to my appointment. So look, if you're seeing this video now, then you've already seen the video that I'm popping up today on Tuesday, which is October 22nd. Who let the dogs out? That's right. Who let the dogs out? Oof, oof. Who let the dogs out? So, gonna be getting that up. Like I said, hoping to be doing a live on possibly an all day for the time that I'm out there, on my one device and doing my apps on the other. And really hoping to get a lot of good Spark pickups tomorrow at the Sam's Club, in between getting some Uber Eats, some DoorDash, some Grubhub, and just rolling with it. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much how my day's been, and pretty eventful day by the time I get to my next appointment and getting all the other things done that I need to do. And with that being said, guys, I wish you all well. I hope you all have a great day. And remember, if you're out here like me, working in the gig economy, make that money. Make that money. My name's Dave, Renegade Kid Hustler. Take care, guys.